guys, and welcome back to Saving Schalke. This is episode 32. If you are enjoying the series, make sure you like and subscribe. Check our Instagram in the description below. But I've come back for the final game of the season. Unfortunately, we didn't win the league title. Bayern Munich did win that. However, we did beat them 1-0 in our most recent game. As you can see here, the game against Hertha Berlin we drew. Beat Arminia Bielefeld 6-0. Augsburg we beat 5-0. Then we beat Werder Bremen 2-0 away from home. And then finally we beat Bayern Munich 1-0. But that left us trailing the league by, I think, 7 points behind Bayern Munich, which is disappointing. Sesko's most likely going to finish with the top goal scorer award. However, we did also get knocked out of the Pokal semi-final, which you might have seen a minute ago. We lost 1-0. However, I feel that we deserved more from the game, but it just wasn't meant to be. So we won't be retaining the SuperCup that we beat Bayern Munich in, because we haven't reached the final of the Pokal and won that. And we haven't won the league, so it's disappointing that we won't be able to reclaim our silverware. But in this episode, we're going to play against Freiburg and also do a season review for the season that we've just played. Disappointing that we haven't won any silverware this season, being the Champions League or the Pokal. We only won the Super Cup, like I did mention. For this game, we're going to have to make a few changes. Sanders is currently injured, so that's an easy replacement for Agari. Wagnerman can come back in, and Kevin can go at centre back instead of Santos. Santos will sit on our bench, however. And the other change is I will put Smith back in, bring Blanco forward one position, and then so this is the lineup that we're going to play for the final game of the season. Georgie in goal, Wagnerman, Kevin, Anel, Rugari, Smith, Blanco, Mariba, Demir, Sane and Sesko up top. So hopefully we can get a victory in the final game of the season, but at the end of the day it will mean nothing. We were quite a distance clear from Bayer Leverkusen, I think, who finished in third position in the end. So overall, it was a good season to finish second after such a poor start. However, if we didn't have that poor start, we could have easily been challenging Bayern Munich for the league title. So it's very disappointing that we did end up in a position where we could have been challenging, but ultimately we weren't challenging. As you can see, we're 11 points clear of Bayer Leverkusen, so it was comfortable in that respect. But we're too far behind Bayern Munich from the word go, realistically. Mariba's got a chance here, and he slots it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 in the opening few moments of the game. I think it was Smith who played a fantastic ball through to him, who just made a forward run. As you can see here, he's already making his run. Smith finds him over the top, and Mariba a couple of touches and just slots it past the goalkeeper at his near post to make it 1-0 to Schalke. But like I was saying, it was quite comfortable to be finishing where we are, 11 points clear of Bayer Leverkusen, and then ultimately too far behind Bayern Munich. Dortmund have just crept into the Champions League places. Leipzig were currently holding that position. They're away to Union Berlin. However, Dortmund are beating Hanover at home. So it's all coming down to this final game of the season to see who gets that fourth place in the Champions League. But Freiburg are looking to come forward here, and they have a chance, but Georgie claims comfortably. And it looks like he's going to distribute it. We've got both of our centre-backs quite wide here, but he goes long towards Sesko, who wins a header into Demir, who looks to find Sidi Sane on the run. cuts it back towards Sesko, who wins a header, and it's just past the post to keep it 1-0 after 25 minutes. They've got a man running through here, but Wagnerman wins the ball cleanly, but it falls as far as their man on the edge of the area and plays it back to Paslak, who's going to look to get across, in which he does, and the header is over the bar. So that's a big chance that Freiburg have missed there, but we're quite fortunate that they have missed that. Half time here, it has been quite an even game. Freiburg have had a few chances and they've looked the better with more possession and a higher XG. However, we are the ones going in with the victory. I'll just say that I've got faith for them to improve and the hope that we can get a better second half out there. Thrown here with Wagnerman about 65 minutes into the game. Blanco into Schmidt, back to Kevin, who looks forward to Demir. Back to Schmidt, who finds Kevin into Blanco. So we're keeping the ball quite nicely, and that ball over to Mariba, making that forward one run once again. But his shot is blocked and he has a second attempt, but it hits the side netting to keep it at 1-0 after 65 minutes. From that, I'm going to make a few changes. I'm going to bring off Demir, bring on Harvey Elliott. I'm going to bring on Ransford Jeboa instead of Sesko. And I think I'm also going to bring off Kevin and bring on Santos. I might look to move off Santos this year in the summer because he's just not played well in any game that I've played him in. So there's not much point in having him if he's going to kick up a fuss that we're not playing him regularly, and when I do play him he doesn't play very well. But Ransford Jeboa finds Elliott, who finds the ball over to Sane here, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, slots it past the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. However, it is going to VAR here for a potential offside, and VAR will rule the goal out for an offside in the build-up with Sidi Sane. So it was a fantastic ball by Harvey Elliott. However, Sane, as you can see, is just offside. Didn't hold his run long enough to keep onside. So it stays 1-0 with 10 minutes to go. 90th minute has come and it looks like Leipzig are winning as well. So it means that Dortmund would be playing Europa League football next season. And that is full time. We've won the game 1-0. So I did not mean to say that. But overall, I'm very happy with the fact that we finished second. However, it's disappointing that we haven't won any silverware. We weren't challenging closer to Bayern Munich this season, but it's part of the season. If you have a slow start, it could hinder your performances later on in the season. But as you can see, it finishes Bayern, then us, Schalke, Bayer Leverkusen in third, Leipzig in fourth, Dortmund, Mönchengladbach, Hertha Berlin, Wolfsburg, Freiburg, Cologne, Hoffenheim, Eintracht Frankfurt, Union Berlin, Arminia Bielefeld, Hanover, Mainz, Werder Bremen and Augsburg. So it's quite nice to see that Dortmund won't be playing Champions League football, especially as they are one of our biggest rivals. But I'll bring you back for our season review. So we've reached a season review. As you can see, we won the SuperCup against Bayern Munich earlier on in the season. However, that is our only silverware. In terms of our new arrivals, Anel won signing of the season on an A-, played most of our games for a minimal fee of 1.7 million. That's a fantastic output from him. Sanders, a wonder kid, as you can see here, 6.5 million from River Plate. Came in and out of the side with Regari, but I got an A+ overall. Harvey Elliott came in on loan from Liverpool once again, B+ rating. Schmidt came from Sturm Graz for 15 million, a German hopefully a German international soon. He's been playing for the under-21s, as you can see. Played majority of our games, got his one and only assist in that final game of the season. So it's quite disappointing for him considering he's been playing so much. 6.91 overall rating, which is relatively good. I would say anything above 6.8 is a good rating, but the board see it as a C- rating. However, the final signing that we had was Santos. Came in from Flamengo for 30 million. Played quite a few games when you look at it. He started 23 games and came on the pitch for 4. 2 goals, but a 6.77 rating. I know that centre-backs don't normally get a high rating, however that is an extremely low, especially as we should be dominating most of the games. You look at Anel on a 7.36, he was fantastic as a centre-back, whereas Santos, he lacked a bit, and it could mean that he is moved on in the summer. Season result, they're C+ for the win in the SuperCup. The Pokal, overall C. They wanted us to reach the semi-finals, which we did, but they could have seen us winning it overall. In the Champions League, B-, they wanted us to be competitive. We reached the first knockout round and ultimately lost to Barcelona. And finally, they wanted us to qualify for the Champions League. We finished second, which is a Champions League qualification, and a C+ overall. Moments to remember, our biggest win was that 6-0 victory against Borussia Dortmund, our rivals, which is fantastic. Match to remember was a 5-0 victory against Shakhtar Donetsk, and a goal of the season also came in that goal from Sidi Sane in the 80th minute. In terms of finances, our sponsorships went up slightly since last year. However, everything else in terms of broadcast revenue went down. Our competition prize money went down because we didn't reach as far as in the Champions League, and the matchday commercial and retail also went down, along with the corporate and hospitality. So it's disappointing to see that we missed out on quite a chunk of money there. In terms of shirt sales, Sesko, Demir, Mariba, Kevin and Scott, all players that you somewhat expect to have a lot of shirts being sold, and this is how we lined up. So they're saying Georgie, Wagnerman, Anel, Kevin, Regari, Schmidt, Mariba, Scott, Demir, Sane, Sesko, which is what I would say was our strongest 11. However, Regari and Sanders, Regari's only in there because he got more assists due to the corners that he was taking, and that led him to get a high rating. But Sanders could have easily been in there, and I would have been more than happy with that. As you can see, fans player of the season Sesko, young player Sesko, signing of the season Anel, goal of the season was Sidi Sane. Top goal scorer was Sesko on 41 goals in all competitions. Sane with the most assists, Sesko with the most man of matches with 13. Average rating, Sesko on a 7.7. The most passes completed per 90 minutes was Smith with 79 passes over the 90 minutes. Most league goals by a player in the season went to Sesko with 37 goals. Most goals by a player in a match with 4 goals was Sesko. Most clean sheets by a player in a season, 25 clean sheets to Georgie, which shows how good he is. Most player of the match awards in a season goes to Sesko. Highest fee paid was the 25 rising to 30 millions that we paid for Santos, and the youngest goal scorer was Rasic at 17 years and 102 days. Overall, it has been a good season for Schalke this year, finishing second once again, but hopefully we can come back in the next season challenging for the Pokal, League and Champions League. But I'll leave it here for today. I'll go through the transfer window and bring you the first couple of games of the season. So if you have enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. Check our Instagram in the description below. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next episode.